Greetings. Greetings, dear ones. Day 84. We cultivate our I am presence. So breathe in, take a deep breath in. As you exhale out all fears, anxieties, illusions, procrastination, doubt, shame, guilt. Breathe all of that out today, dear ones. So let us close our eyes, connecting with our presence, because we are the breath, dear ones. We are presence. And what have I been saying from day one? That our presence is the greatest gift. Yes. Say yes to your presence. It is everything, dear ones. Allow yourself to feel your own presence. All right, let's close our eyes and say our intention. All right, dear ones, we are intentional. We are presence. Yes. And our presence is our power. For all of the new viewers, our power, dear ones, resides within us. You see where I'm pointing? In us. Okay? So everything that you may have learned about power, being strong, right? What else about power? I'm getting a visual of somebody, a man, lifting weights. That's what I'm getting. And now I'm getting a video of someone pushing a car. Yeah. So that's physical stamina. That's the physical power. And that is not the power that I'm speaking of. I'm speaking of your presence, which is who you are. Okay? Or whatever profession you work as, that's not who you are. Yeah? That's not who you are. Am I losing you? Just checking, because your presence is who you are. 24 hours a day. So allow for what I just said to settle within your presence. And as I say that for the new viewers, I like to share with everyone that everything in this life journey is a message to us. They are messages to wake us up. 3 words: wake us up. Yeah, I'm emphasizing those 3 words. We have movies, we have billboards, we have all types of messages circulating around us all day long to wake us up. And this video as well is to wake you up. And as you awaken, this presence that we have been cultivating for 84 days is what I've been speaking about, is our presence. Because, dear ones, when you're not present, this is when all of us can be taken advantage of, right? We can be manipulated. We can be dominated. We can be used and abused. We can be a victim, right? We can be confused. And then, with all of what I just said, there's more levels of fear that creep in. And it's because we're not present. When you are present, you can see through all of the illusions. And as a matter of fact, depending on what level in your journey you are on, you will find it laughable, because that's the part I'm on. I'm on the part where I'm laughing, but I'm going to share with you that I didn't always laugh. Yeah, there was a part of my journey, and this goes for all of us. We go through the same experiences, but in different ways. It's called the life journey. It's called us expanding and elevating our consciousness. So yes, there were many years ago, it was many years ago, that I would find myself upset and angry. Yeah, because I just could not understand certain things that was taking place in my life. Yeah, I really could not. But now I find it very laughable. It's very laughable now. So as I said, it depends on what level or what portion of your journey you're on. But the main point in what I am sharing and what I have been sharing for 84 days is our presence. Yes, we are cultivating that presence that makes us shine, that makes us leap through obstacles. Yes, our presence does all of that for us because it's our birthright. Yeah. So this vessel you see me in, and your vessel as well, that's a shell. That's a physical shell, so we can experience a life that is a gift. But depending on how we perceive our lives, right? That's another thing. If we perceive our lives as a burden, as nothing, or as a pain, as troublesome, then we have to pause for a moment and figure out, why is my life troublesome? Why am I experiencing pain? Why am I experiencing victimhood? Why? Yeah, we have to question ourselves. We really do, dear ones. So our presence, as I said, is our power. And I would love for you to join me this evening at 7 p. I'm having a live event here on my website, Empowered Sovereign, because that is what we are, dear ones, if you didn't know that. And for some of you new viewers, if you don't know what sovereign means, it means that there is nobody above you or beneath you. You are the authority of your life or of your life circumstances. Okay? Not your job, not your mom, not your dad, not the God, if you do pray to a God, not your school, your teacher, who else we can say, your co-worker, your brother, your cousin, your uncle. None of them. It is you. You are the authority. And until we can realize that we are the authority of our lives, and I mean every bit of it, whether if you perceive it to be bad, good, indifferent, you are the authority of every step of your life. And guess what? I'm about to say something that a lot of people may not agree with me. And the reason why they may not agree with me is because we all have been conditioned to believe a lot of things that do not support who we are. It diminishes us. So, what I'm about to say is guess what? You are the savior of your life. Okay? So, a lot of us have been taught in religion that a savior is coming to save us. Okay? Yeah, I remember that as a child. There's a savior coming to save us. Who is this savior? I'll let you fill the blank in. But I'm here to tell you that you are the savior. You are it. So let that resonate. Let that settle in. You are it. Every shape or form. You are the savior. I know. I'm already feeling it. I'm feeling it because I'm an empath. I'm feeling what the collective is already saying. You are the savior. This is why all of us have to be present. Because if we're not present, dear ones, as I said, this is when we can get taken advantage of. And guess what? It happens all day long. And a lot of times we don't even realize it because it's so much deception going on in the world that is too much for us to even grasp. It really is. There's a lot of deception going on. But as I said, when we are present, you will sense, you will feel, and you will make the best choice for yourself because you're present. Yes, you're present. And when you're present, guess what? You slow down. You don't rush. That's another misconception. That's another type of experience that humanity has allowed to take place is rushing. No, that is one thing that I do not do for sure is rush. Because when you rush, guess what happens? You do things that you shouldn't have done, right? I didn't say you make mistakes, because guess what, dear ones? I don't believe in mistakes. I really don't. I believe whatever you did, you were meant to do. And when you did it, you were supposed to learn from it. So that's my take on mistakes. Yeah, that is my take on mistakes. Because guess what? Whatever you did that you think is a mistake, did you learn from it? If you didn't, then guess what? That experience is going to circle back into your life until you do learn. So you see what I'm saying? It's going to repeat until you learn the lesson, whatever it may be. That is how it works. We have to all follow the compass of our heart. Yeah. And a lot of us don't even know what our heart is, because a lot of us, our hearts are cold. Yeah. Our hearts are cold because of the life journey. But here today, dear ones, in this video, we are present because our presence is our power. And I'm speaking of inner power. The inner power that does not scream, the inner power that can see itself, the inner power that breaks down walls and barriers, the inner power that can fly, that can swim, that can run, and that can bring people together because you are present. We can't run. We can't hide. I mean, you can choose to run or hide, but we've been running and hiding most of our lives. A lot of us, and I know I have. I used to run everywhere. And I was unconscious. I didn't know I was running. Yeah, so you may find yourself running as well and didn't realize that you were running, because a lot of our life experiences, we are operating unconsciously. Yeah. We switch into autopilot, just like a car, and we automatically start doing things without thinking. Yeah. That's the autopilot system. It's like you just checked out. And think about it. If you checked out, it's like, well, where are you? Think about it, right? If when you are on autopilot, where are you? Yeah, that's a good question. Because in autopilot, you don't have to think. You just automatically do it. That is how a lot of the collective operates. Yeah, I know. Because as I said, I caught on to a lot in my life where I was unconscious of stuff. And I'm like, I would question myself, what are you doing? Where are you going? And why are you moving so fast? See what I'm saying? Why am I doing these things? This is one of the major things that humanity needs to do, is question yourself. When you want to know something, this is a self-care practice that I have been doing for a very long time. So I'm sharing this with you all that you can do the same thing. You question yourself. You question yourself, not anybody else. Don't go ask anybody. You ask yourself. Now, after you ask yourself, you can ask somebody else if you want, but first, always ask yourself and see what happens. See what happens. See what answer you get. So the power is within us. Isn't that a concept? Isn't that a concept? So another thing too is I'm thinking is humanity is always busy, right? Running here, running there, eating convenient food, right? Convenient. You hear that word? Convenient. Why do we have to have convenient food? Huh? What is convenient food? Yeah, think about that. Is convenient food good for me? Is convenient food full of nutrients? Or is convenient food full of fillers and chemicals that my body does not need? What is convenient food? There you go. That's another question that you need to ask yourself, because our bodies, dear ones, they are our temple. So whatever you put in your temple is going to be reflected back out to you and in the world. So we are learning today that we are the power. So we will continue cultivating our presence, which is our power. And during the course of doing this, you will, in some point, feel your presence, feel your power, and begin to see yourself. Yeah, that's another thing. Begin to see yourself in the world. So, dear ones, I see you. I always have seen you. And I'm letting you know that I feel your power and I see your power. Because the power that is within you is the power that is deep like the ocean. And we have to swim deeply in that ocean today, every day. And when we swim deeply in the ocean, we will have things revealed. You will have many things revealed to you. And deeply in that ocean, you will feel the compass of your heart. Yes. And you will feel the compass of your heart. As I shared with you yesterday and the day before, our ancient ancestors, the light beings of Lyra, which are us. Okay, I have to state that because some people may not understand. They may be a little confused about what I'm saying. But forget about the logical upbringing that we all have had. Logic is out the door when you enter empowered sovereign. Yeah, logic is out the door. There's nothing logical when I am speaking. I speak from the heart. I speak the truth from my heart. So, our ancient ancestors, the Lyrans, that are always with us because they are us. Everything that humanity fears, as I have said in many videos, is always up for investigation. It is time for you to start diving deeper into that ocean so you can realize that you are those ancient ancestors that has communicated with us and is watching us right now. All of them. These are you. And the reason why they are connecting with all of us, dear ones, is because, what did I say? They want us to wake up. They want us to wake up. They don't want you to be afraid anymore because essentially we are afraid of ourselves. We are afraid of the unknown. And because they are unknown as far as physically and in the history books and all that stuff, that kind of unknown. But they're not unknown within your soul. No, they're not. And that's why they made their presence seen or available because they want you to wake up. Yes. They want you to wake up to your divinity because the power is you. You have always been the power. And they're also sharing all of those stories, those tragedies, and, things of despair and you name it, any kind of despicable thing that has happened throughout the course of humanity's existence. And we have many tragedies and many disgraceful things that have taken place. They want you to know that all of those things that have taken place was because people were not awake. People did not know who they were. And as I say that, I'm getting a phrase of forgive them for they know not what they do. Forgive them for they know not what they say. So what does that mean? That means they're not awake. They don't know what's happening. So yes, a lot of humanity walks in a fog, walks in what I said earlier, autopilot syndrome. They're walking in a fog. They're walking with their eyes closed and don't know what's happening. And because, there's a lot of stuff going on, but as our ancient ancestors said, when we make the space, like in this video, to pause, to breathe, to connect to our power, then things will become clear to you. But we have to make that space. If we don't make the space for ourselves, guess what's going to happen? You're going to continue to be confused. You're going to continue to be manipulated. Yes, because you're not making space for yourself to be present, to be in your power, so you will not be manipulated or dominated or deceived. And there's a lot of deception going on in this world. I mean, you don't even have to step out your door and there's so much deception. But as I'm saying, and the Lyrans, and when I say that, we're one in a whole. When I speak, they speak. You see what I'm saying? So I don't have to keep going back and forth. When I speak, they speak. They're speaking through me because I'm a messenger. I'm a messenger to help wake you up. Wake you up out of your slumber. Yeah, I know some people are like, what are you talking about, a slumber? I'm not in a slumber. Well, if you doubt yourself, if you feel sad, if you cannot acknowledge your power, then what's happening then? Right? So when we make the space, dear ones, as we're doing, you will begin to have clarity in your mind. You will begin to start remembering who you are. And that is what is happening right now. Because this is the year that all of humanity is shedding old skin. And that is shedding from the old ways that we have been for so long. It is time to remember. It is time to wake up. And it is time for all of us to become more aligned to our true, authentic selves. So, one of the ways to do that is to be open and to start walking in that direction. Be open to learn new concepts because that is our birthright. Our birthright is to learn, is to evolve, is to grow. That is what our birthright is. We are all about learning, expanding and growing and changing. Yeah, we are not meant to stay the same, and we're not the same. So, dear ones, enjoy the rest of your day. And I hope to see you this evening at 7 p. for my live. I'm having gonna be a talk with a visual meditation. Open the door to your highest timeline. It is your destiny. Yes, it is your destiny. So remember your power, be present, make the space for you to begin your process of learning more about yourself. Put on your swimming suit and start diving deep into your own true essence and see what you come up with. Yes, because I'm here to tell you that your power is beyond any deceitful, manipulative gesture that anybody can have. Your power can just wipe it out. And if every person knew that, then this world would be a different place because everybody would be in their power. But everybody has free will. We all have free will. So we have to allow the will of the person, whatever they feel is best for them. But eventually, I'm being told, and I know this, that everybody eventually gets there. Yeah, everybody eventually does. So, dear ones, as I said, enjoy the rest of your day. Stay in your power. Know it is your presence. Your presence is your power. You're the greatest gift. Yeah, I hope all of this is like sparking some remembrance because you would not be here. Yeah, you would not be here if you were not the greatest gift. And if you were not a master, that's another thing. You are a master. Everybody is a master, but we incarnated here going through a veil of amnesia and nobody knows who they are. Everybody's praying and just praying to other people and doing all types of things, but not keying into yourself. What did I say earlier in this video? You are the savior. There's nobody coming to save you. You are it. Yeah. I know a lot of people may not want to hear that, but you are the savior. Everybody is their own savior. All right, so dear ones, enjoy your day. And I'll see you later this evening at 7 p.m. May love, may light, and may your own presence continue to light your heart and your soul. Take care.